When installing cord hung lights in old work situations, studs won't always be in the right location. Here's how to deal with that. Firstly, identify suitable supporting structures. Look for joists, cross braces, or beams that are parallel to the desired location of the light fixture. Determine the best location for the electrical box based on the supporting structures and the height of the light fixture. Secondly, install a crossbar. If there is no suitable supporting structure directly above the desired box location, install a crossbar, using either a Tuxfa or a Tuxix, perpendicular to the joists or beams. Secure the crossbar firmly using screws or nails. Thirdly, mount the electrical box. Round old work boxes are generally sufficient for cord hung lights, especially if the fixture is lightweight. Ensure the box is secured tightly to the supporting structure such as a joist or crossbar. If the fixture is heavier or requires more support, consider using square old work boxes with mounting brackets that can be nailed or screwed into the supporting structure. Fourthly, run Romex cable. From the electrical panel, run Romex cable NMB through the drilled holes in the supporting structure. Connect the cable to the electrical box and secure it using a cable clamp. Fifthly, install the light fixture. Connect the light fixture to the electrical box. Hang the fixture onto the cord and adjust the height as needed. Use a stud finder to locate studs and avoid drilling into electrical wires. If the supporting structure is made of metal, use screws or bolts with fiber or rubber washers to prevent electrical contact. For larger or heavier fixtures, consider consulting with an electrician to ensure proper support and safety. When choosing the correct electrical box, it is important to understand the requirements for the specific application to ensure safety and compliance with electrical codes. This includes selecting the right type of box, such as plastic or metal, and ensuring it has the appropriate volume for the number of conductors it will contain. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines on box fill calculations to prevent overcrowding, which can lead to overheating and potential fire hazards. Understanding the different types of cables used in electrical wiring is essential for safe and effective installations. Romex, or NMB cable, is commonly used for residential wiring because it is relatively easy to install and suitable for dry locations. However, it is crucial to protect Romex cable from physical damage by running it through conduit in exposed areas or where it may be subject to abrasion. Other types of cables, such as THHN or THWN, are used in side conduit for specific applications and require different installation techniques. Proper cable management not only ensures a neat and professional appearance but also reduces the risk of electrical faults. Securing cables properly with staples or cable ties helps prevent strain on connections and protects the insulation from damage. Following NEC guidelines for cable bending radii and support intervals is essential for maintaining the integrity of the wiring system. When making electrical connections, use appropriately sized wire connectors or terminals to ensure a secure and reliable connection. Wire connectors, such as wire nuts or terminal blocks, should be listed for the specific application and used according to the manufacturer's instructions. Applying the correct torque to terminal screws is crucial for maintaining a tight connection that will not loosen over time. Poorly made connections can cause overheating, voltage drops, and even electrical fires. Grounding is a critical safety measure in electrical systems that provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping a circuit breaker or fuse and preventing electrical shock. Ensure that all metal parts of electrical equipment, including boxes and enclosures, are properly grounded by connecting them to the grounding conductor. Use green or bare copper wire for grounding and follow NEC guidelines for grounding electrode systems. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. Select the correct size of circuit breaker or fuse for the specific circuit based on the ampacity of the conductors and the load requirements. Never replace a circuit breaker or fuse with a high-rated one, as this can create a fire hazard. Test circuit breakers periodically to ensure they are functioning properly and will trip under fault conditions. Electrical codes and standards, such as the NEC, provide detailed requirements for electrical installations to ensure safety and compliance. Familiarize yourself with the relevant codes and standards for your area and follow them carefully when performing electrical work. Obtain the necessary permits and inspections to ensure that your work meets local requirements. Hiring a qualified electrician is recommended for complex or hazardous electrical work. When working with electricity, always follow safe work practices to prevent electrical shock and other hazards. Turn off the power to the circuit before working on it and use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is de-energized. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as rubber gloves and safety glasses, to protect yourself from electrical hazards. Never work on electrical equipment in wet or damp conditions. Follow lockout-tagout procedures to prevent accidental energization of the circuit while you are working on it. Perform a thorough inspection of the electrical installation after completing the work to ensure that everything is installed correctly and safely. Check for loose connections, damaged wiring, and other potential hazards. Test the operation of the circuit and any connected equipment to ensure that it is functioning properly. Label the circuit breaker or fuse panel to identify the circuits and their corresponding loads. Provide the homeowner with instructions on how to operate and maintain the electrical system safely. When adding new circuits to an existing electrical panel, it is important to ensure that the panel has sufficient capacity to handle the additional load. Calculate the total load on the panel and compare it to the panel's rating to determine if it is necessary to upgrade the panel. Consider the long-term electrical needs of the home when planning electrical upgrades. Electrical systems can be subject to a variety of issues over time, including wear and tear, corrosion, and damage from pests or rodents. Regularly inspect the electrical system for any signs of problems such as flickering lights, discolored outlets, or burning smells. Address any issues promptly to prevent them from escalating into more serious problems. Consider having a qualified electrician perform a comprehensive inspection of the electrical system every few years to identify any potential hazards or code violations. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility, and it is important to take precautions to protect yourself and your family from electrical hazards. Never overload electrical outlets or extension cords, and avoid running cords under rugs or furniture where they can be damaged. Keep electrical appliances away from water and never touch electrical equipment with wet hands. Teach children about electrical safety and supervise them when they are around electrical outlets and appliances. Install ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, in bathrooms, kitchens, and other wet areas to protect against electrical shock. By following these guidelines and taking appropriate precautions, you can ensure a safe and reliable electrical system for your home.